Hello everyone, I'm RecV5,
And I am Sandman99.
and welcome back to Hot Shots Golf Out of Bounds.
Yeah.
And today, I'm feeling a little off today, but yet I went and played a personal stroke play round today, and managed to get a low on fairway hit percentage, a low on par pace, a low on perfect hit, impact percentage, and then a high on score. If you can make sense of that. I played worse in every way and still scored better.
And now, apparently, starting a few days ago, requests regarding versus mode matches from old games that we've already played are a thing.
Yep. So I'm fulfilling those. If you guys have any requests about any old games or anything like that.
Yep. Any game up to the point where we've played thus far.
Yep. Hot Shots Golf 1, 2, 3, or 4. If you got any requests for that, then make them. And then also, of course, you can still make requests for this game too.
Yeah, but you can't make requests for the games beyond this one because we haven't played those yet.
Yeah, we haven't played them yet. I mean, you can make requests, and I might remember them, but I might not. I mean...
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna get started here, and I've been working... I played my practice round with Suzuki, and played worse in every way, and still posted a high score, but I was playing with Suzuki because I think he's the only character we have right now that has a loyalty rating that is not 2 or higher. So I'm trying to get his loyalty rating up, and I'm going like Big, Magnum, and Pinhole in order to do that. And Suzuki likes his weird looking sweaters, so we'll try this one.
Sweater vests, right?
Well, not even the sweater vest. Like I think that's actually like a proper.
Is that an actual sweater?
It's a proper sweater. Like this one's a proper sweater too.
Okay, so it's not like a sweater vest over a shirt.
Oh, wait, this one might be a sweater vest, but this one is absolutely just a sweater.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. Yeah, I think that
some of
one's a
those
sweater
actually
vest.
do look like a sweater vest over a shirt, right?
Yeah, I think this one is a sweater vest, but this one is absolutely just a sweater. But we'll play with the number 2 costume, because I just played around with the number 1 costume. We have Caddy Random, and we seem to get What's-Her-Nuts here a lot.
Are you ready?
So, I guess she's going to be a popular caddy by sheer virtue of random number bias.
Hmm. How many caddies are in this game, anyway?
I don't remember. It's not a detail I usually pick. You know how when we play games, I usually like go way past details and like miss the most obvious things?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those kinds of things.
Oh.
But like I'm really good at like the core gameplay, but I like completely miss an obvious thing in the game.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's Suzuki there for you. So we're playing long tee, and we're playing, I think this is mirrored too, but we're playing back tees. And Suzuki, he has good spin and he has terrible control. And his power is acceptable, I guess.
And he has an absolutely terrible looking swing.
Yep. Yeah, he actually kind of plays like Mel. It's the same swing as Mel, actually. Or rather, you could say Mel hits the ball like Suzuki.
No, actually, Mel kicks his rear leg, though.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Ah. So maybe they are a little bit different, I don't know. I never really paid much attention. They have similar looking swing on the surface. See if that's at all accurate.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Inside 3 feet.
Yeah, I was a little worried about that one, because we don't have access to the distance plus or minus on the swing yet.
Well, he has a little happy dance when he gets a birdie, hey?
Yep. Yeah, he's a very expressive character. Alright, I think he's a long-term fan favorite because of how expressive he is.
What's that he's got hanging on his belt there? A hand grenade?
No, I think it's just a pouch on a carabiner of some kind.
Oh.
Maybe it's got a golf ball in it or some tees or something, I don't know. That'd be funny, though. Suzuki gets militaristic.
Yeah, see, he doesn't really kick so much as he just steps out of his swing, right?
Ah.
Well, that looks like it might be a difficult shot.
Yeah, it might be a difficult shot. But I'm going to try it. Maybe. I don't know if it's better to try to go underneath the right branch of this tree or try to hit a fade around the left side.
Well, if he's got decent spin, you can maybe bend it around the tree, eh?
He doesn't have decent spin because we're using the pinhole club, so maybe it's better to try to hit it under.
Well, if you hit it under, you're probably not going to hit it very far anyway.
I'm probably also going to hit the bunker on the right.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I'll try to take a bit off of this one and try to hit it under. We'll aim sort of over here.
You need to get the chainsaw out.
Okay, I think I hit it in between the branches there.
Oh, so it didn't actually hit the tree, but you did land in the rough though. Short
Yeah, that came up
distance
a lot
away.
higher than I thought it would too, so maybe I could have hit it over it. I don't know. It's fine.
I don't know. That shot looked like it was a tough one anyway.
I probably should have picked a better place to put my ball off the tee.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we got 90% on power on that. That was terrible. Terrible.
Oh, wow.
And we'll just chip in a birdie. Fuck it. Just chip it in.
You do things the hard way, don't you?
Apparently. Yeah, and I don't remember if it shows you, yeah, I don't think it shows you what holes you've hit bunkers on. I think that was in either a previous game or a later game, where they would show you, like, what holes you hit bunkers on and what holes you hadn't.
Oh.
Because bunkers are technically considered a hazard, so it would display, like, what hazards you've hit the ball, on each hole. Oh, I accidentally went and hit replay there. I think that happens when I, like, aggressively hit the X button. I'll, like, slip and hit the square button as well. And then we don't know that I've done that until after I'm done swinging.
Oh, excuse me.
No, caddy sneeze.
Oh, that's nice. Stop. Close. Chance for a birdie. It slopes down.
Is that my longest putt?
Birdie.
4.6 feet?
Well, I guess in a way you could say that's a good thing though, right?
1, 2, 3.
Almost.
Well, in that one hole where you chipped in, you didn't actually putt, so...
Yeah, that's true.
Go on. Get that birdie. It's an upslope. Before you shoot. That's a birdie.
Papa, yay! Ha, ha.
That was a pretty easy putt.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Of course, sometimes you miss those.
Focus.
Alright, let's see how that goes.
Oh.
Oh no.
I guess I could have played the wind a little more.
Chance for a birdie.
I think that was still a pretty good shot.
Difficult putt, though.
Yep.
Yes, I did it.
I think I remember this hole. This is that hole that bends around and then gets you to that green that's like really well protected by those bunkers.
Oh.
Nice shot.
That's going a little further left than I'd intended, but there's lots of fairway out there.
Yeah, well, at least it didn't hit that tree that was in front of you there.
Were you worried there for a second?
It looked pretty close when it went over it.
Okay, I think we just put it in the front bunker there.
Oh.
We needed super backspin to get over it and attack the pin. And because I didn't get that. Oh, we got way too much power on that.
Yep. Could be a disaster.
Eric, take your time. It's an upslope.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, drains the long putt to save par.
There we go.
Well, you've gotten to see just about all of his celebrations.
He's a very animated character, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, so far he seems to have a little more personality than the other characters that you've played up to this point.
And you're big on personality.
It's a new record.
I do. I think that that's part of the charm of this game, right? You know, like the personality of Mel or, you know, like that kind of thing, right?
Yep.
I mean, obviously you like Bertha because of the personality, right?
That's right, yep.
You know, like that, like I said, that's part of the charm of these games. To tell you the truth, I don't think I've seen you. I've watched you briefly play like Tiger Woods golf or something like that before. And to be honest with you, I did not find that nice shot. I did not find that nearly as engaging as these games are, right?
Fair enough, fair enough.
That's a birdie.
Because the personalities weren't there. These characters are cartoony, but they're fun, and you know what I mean.
Well, I'm hoping to still do the...
Whereas the PGA thing, it's more of a simulation based thing, right?
Well, sort of. It's kind of arcadey.
Yeah, I know, but you know, I don't think you're going to see Tiger Woods out there dancing from one foot to the other like this guy, right?
You could make your own custom golfer do that, though. We could give him the worst swing ever, too. Okay, did I make it over the front bunker? No. Yes?
Yep. Well, you almost went off the back.
I did go off the back. But this place has a pretty soft fringe, right? So...
Did you
Wow,
see
look at
that?
that.
I know, I'm like the AI now all of a sudden, right?
Yep.
It went in.
Yeah, that's like about 3 chip-ins this round.
I did it.
Who the hell needs to hit greens and hit fairways when you can just chip it in?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Ah, he missed it again. Fuck. Oop.
Here I go.
Nice shot.
Am I over the bunker? Yep.
Just barely.
Just barely is just good enough. Well, we can't hit it far enough to get to the green, damn it.
Nope. Not even if you run at it.
Oh well.
See, I saw another golf game that a guy was playing on Odyssey, I think it was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it was called, what was it called? It was called Rebel Golf or
Oh, yeah.
something
Outlaw
like
golf?
that. And it was all scantily clad girls playing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nicely on. Chance for a birdie.
I don't know, maybe I'll have to pick up a copy of that, because I'm familiar with that game, I just don't own it.
I don't know. I just watched for a few minutes just because I was looking for stuff to watch on Odyssey to, take care of our viewing requirements for the week.
Yeah, yep.
And just happened to stumble across that.
I see.
Although I've been watching more news magazine type things lately, right?
Ah.
Especially with some of the issues going on, like stop killing games and stuff like that.
Yep.
I find that sort of thing interesting, right?
Fair enough.
And I kind of root for them.
Yeah, well, it'd be nice to not have games that they could just turn off on you. Like games like this. This is a product that I went to the store and I bought a physical copy of, and I still own it today, and I can still play it today, right?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter if you buy a physical copy of it or if you download a copy of it.
Like here, this is my copy right here.
Yeah. Either way, I should be able to. It's a requirement for me. If I cannot put that game into my console or my computer or whatever and disconnect my router and still play the game, I'm not going to buy it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right?
Basically, that's it.
Because of the culture of convenience, a lot of people have kind of forgot, or they don't even necessarily forget, they don't even know that they're paying for a license to play a game rather than a
they
right
don't,
to own the game.
They don't. If it's one of those live stream or what do they call them?
Well, there's live service games, but then
live
there's
service.
There's even just like games, single player games that have DRM in them, right? Like you're not actually buying the copy of the game; you're buying the right to play the game for an indefinite license. And that's kind of how platforms like Steam and other game stores, like I say, I don't know, the Epic Game Store, or the EA Origin Game Store, or whatever else. That's how all of those work, or the Blizzard Game Store. They all work like that. And I guess if you bought anything off PlayStation Network 2, it would work like that, or off the Nintendo Store, it would work like that.
Well, the thing that bothers me too is that once you purchase a copy of a game, I'm one of those people who believes that you should actually own that copy. And you can either modify it or not as you choose.
All my Super Nintendo games still work.
And also, like Steam or whoever should not have the right to push updates or changes to the product that you already paid for.
Yeah.
Without your consent, right? For example,
especially for a single-player title like Fallout 4, where it breaks your mods.
Yeah, for my Fallout 4 game, I actually had to look up a way and go in and make a change in the INI file to prevent forced updates, right?
Yeah, I know. I also had to revert your game version for you. That was fun.
Well, I figured out another way around that too now, where you actually save a copy of your game folder.
Yep.
And that way, like if something goes wrong, then you can at least delete the updated folder and reinstall the old one, right?
That's right, yeah. I think I had you 7-zip your game folder.
Yeah, basically, yeah. My Fallout 4 folder.
Oh, we pulled that to the left and we're going to put it right into that bunker.
Uh-oh. But one of these days I'm going to go back, because I know in our post section on our page is, like sort of a direction as to how to find that guy's like little 2.5 minute video.
Yep.
To prevent any unwanted Steam updates to your games, right? And I'll have to go back in there and revisit that and maybe take some notes and write that down so that I can remember it for the future.
Yeah, if I seem to remember, it had to do with disabling write permissions on a particular file that Steam uses to update the game.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
I did it.
But you shouldn't have to do those kinds of things, right?
Yeah, you
What it should
just
do is it should tell you,
should have
there
full
is-
control.
Yeah, there is an update available. Do you want it? And if you say no, then you don't get it. Right?
Now, that being said, like, say it was for a game that had multiplayer functionality, like, say it was like Call of Duty and it had, like, the online multiplayer functionality of Call of Duty, I can understand not letting you play the multiplayer functionality without updating,
Yeah.
because usually that includes things like anti-cheat
Well,
or security
also,
or things
yeah,
like that.
That also involves and affects
Other
other
people.
players. And obviously, you probably all have to be playing the same version of the game in order
for it to even work anyways.
Yeah.
But, like, I also would say that you should still be able to play the single-player experience even if you choose not to update.
Yep.
So that would be my counterpoint to that, right?
Yeah.
Is you should be able to willfully choose not to update and sacrifice the multiplayer experience and still play the single player
Well,
experience.
that's a new requirement for me now for purchasing a game. And even if I see a game that looks cool, if it doesn't meet with my personal requirements,
That's bad. That's sprayed off to the right. That's going to hit that tree.
oh, you hit that tree.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, like I was saying, if it doesn't meet my personal requirements,
Flyers.
then you know what? I can do without playing that game, right?
Yep.
I'm not going to give a company my money so that they can later take that experience away from me if they decide that it's not profitable to run their servers anymore. Or whatever, right?
Well, what they really should do is they really should just what the hell is it called? They really should just develop a single-player experience to go along with their game that people can play more or less indefinitely. Like, for example, a good example of that would be, say, Metal Gear Solid 4, which was the first game in that series to introduce Metal Gear Online as a multiplayer thing, I think. And while the Metal Gear Online thing was really, really fun, and I played thousands of hours of it, at the end of the day, once those servers went offline for the Metal Gear Online thing for multiplayer, I can still just play Metal Gear Solid 4 whenever the hell I want. Oh, we weren't hitting it high enough.
You only needed another half a foot and you would have made it.
I know.
Difficult.
Yeah, and it just sucks that the video gaming companies are banding together now to combat stop killing games so that they don't have to do that.
Yeah, when they really should have to do that, right? Like, if I buy my single player experience should be playable forever.
Yep.
And then also, too, you also have to keep in mind, even for multiplayer experiences, I mean, a lot of early games, like, say, Diablo 2, which we're playing on the channel, used to have direct IP connectivity. So if you had a port open on your router, I don't know what it was, like 6,000 something on your router, and then you knew your IP address and you knew your friend's IP address, then you could type their IP address in and join their game, or they could type your IP address in and join your game. And you might think, oh, well, how the hell do I know my IP address? Well, actually, there are like dozens of public services out there that you could just type in to get your IP address and do that. Or if you're like a really tech guru guy like me, you could actually pay for a domain name for your own computer, or even get a dynamic DNS domain name.
Yeah.
And
I know
have them type that in.
Some of your buddies, you still play Diablo online
Yes.
as a group.
Yes, and I actually even, for the games that don't support direct IP but do support LAN connectivity, I actually run my own VPN out of my own house. So they VPN into my house, and then they connect with me in order to play my game with me.
Yeah.
And that's how we play games together.
Nice shot. Amazing.
But you should at least have those options, right? And then people might argue, oh, well, pirates will use that in order to play multiplayer by themselves. And I was like, yeah, but you have to keep in mind, when a game is in peak, those pirates, if they're going to try to use that to play with people, they're basically going to be playing with absolutely nobody, and the fun of the thing is going to be, like, dead, right? Because, you know, normally when you play a game on, like, official servers or whatever, there's thousands and thousands of people that you can play with if you want to play with other people, right?
Yeah. Whereas if they're hosting it on their own personal server,
Limited to who they know.
yeah, it's limited to who they know.
If who they know even wants to go through the hassle to connect to them, right? Because there is a little bit of a setup involved in, say, getting my buddies to connect to my VPN.
Yeah.
Right? But the reason why we do it for really old games like, say, Diablo 1 is because BattleNet servers don't exist for Diablo 1 anymore. So, you know.
Yeah.
Or even if they do, there's lots of problems with, like, I remember back when they still did exist, there were lots and lots of problems on, like, Windows 8.1 and Windows 10, even just connecting to them. Never mind even just getting the game to boot normally, never mind getting the game to boot without rainbow color artifacts.
Yeah. Well, you know what, though? You shouldn't expect those servers to last forever, but, you know, a lot of the reporters that I've been watching, your commentators talking about this, say that, you know, video gaming companies should have to plan for end of life in order for people to still be able to play the game to a certain functionality. Otherwise, they shouldn't charge you 60 or 80 or $100 up front to buy the game. They should just make it free to play or like a $5 a month subscription or something.
Yeah,
you know?
As far as I'm concerned, that kind of thing is also just a garbage model. Subscription models in general, I've always thought were garbage. Ever since World of Warcraft was doing them, which was the first time I was ever introduced to that kind of concept back in, I think it was like 2004.
Yeah. Did you
And
play that?
I didn't play it because I thought it was a crappy model even back then. Like, I mean, think about it. We're in the middle of the PlayStation 2 era, right? And I've got games like, I've got Hot Shots Golf 4, and I've got all my other favorite PS2 games, my Ratchet and Clanks, I've got my fighting games, my Soul Caliburs, you know, all sorts of other things like that. I guess you'd have, you know, also access to all your old PS1 games as well. You'd have access to your Final Fantasies. Why would I go and pay that just to play an MMO in World of Warcraft? But mind you, I'm also not an MMO person, so you know.
Well, thing is, we could play Champions of Norath, which is a very similar kind of an idea.
It's just an offline RPG.
But you could play it as an offline, either single or multiplayer, right?
Yep. Well, and then also, I also had Diablo and Diablo 2 at that time. And for me, it was just like, I'd rather play that. And actually, that's one of the things I really hated about the game that came out after Diablo 2 that was obviously never released, is that it had a very World of Warcraft-like feel and look to it. In addition to being ridiculously dumbed down.
Does World of Warcraft still even exist? I haven't heard anything about it in a long, long time.
Yep, as far as I know.
Yeah,
I think it's still...
They used to run TV commercials with celebrities and stuff like that, right?
I think it's still Blizzard's cash cow, actually.
Yeah, I can still remember Mr. T's ads for it, right?
Yep.
You know, his dark elf mohawk character.
It's downhill.
But yeah, I don't know. I've never been an MMO guy. I've known lots of people who are into MMOs. For me, it's a bit too much of a social experience, which is why
Oh, here you are.
I never got into it myself. Although from what I've heard, a lot of people actually complain about modern MMO gaming as being largely a single-player experience now, rather than forcing you to collaborate with others. And that's something that some of my MMO, friends who are in MMOs, they kind of resent that.
Well, all I can say is that I personally have never played one. And I don't really have the desire to.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's something you, if you did get into, you would invest a lot of time into, right? Like, they're really made to invest a lot of time into, like, live a second life kind of thing. But I guess about as much time as you put into Fallout 4 or Skyrim, you'd put into an MMO. Mind you, not everybody puts as much time into Fallout 4 or Skyrim as you do.
Well, I've got lots of time on my hands right now, though.
Yeah, that's true, because you're retired.
Yeah. But, you know, when I was still working, I didn't spend more than just, like, a few hours a week at it, kind of thing.
Yep.
Mostly just on the weekends.
Well, and I guess, too, like, you know, people make choices about the games, right? And so somebody who's working especially dedicatedly might only play, like, a couple of games, and so one of the games that they play might just be World of Warcraft, right?
Yep, it's a birdie.
And so then the subscription fees and other things like that wouldn't be so bad for them. Although I do think, I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but I thought I heard a few years ago that they made World of Warcraft finally free to play, and then you pay for other things now. They changed the payment model on
Yeah,
it.
they use probably microtransactions to make their money, right?
Possibly, yeah.
So you buy weapons or armor or whatever, and pay for that.
But
right?
when it first came out, it was a pure subscription service.
Yeah.
Right. It was purely a subscription service-based thing.
Well, anyway, I know I said it earlier, but basically, if I can't basically disconnect my router and still play my game and get an enjoyable experience out of it, then I'm not buying.
Well, there's also an argument, too, that could be made. Say for a game that is meant to be played online, where you have to connect to a server. Well, you could just give people the ability to host their own server,
Yeah.
right?
I know I remember hearing on some of this reporting I've been sort of halfways following talk about that, but the game developers or the game publishers, I guess, not the developers, but the publishers are against that too, right? Because it's for gamers' safety.
Not really, no.
I'm not sure how exactly it's for. No, this is what they said.
No, they're full of shit.
I know they're full of shit, but that's what they said.
Basically, like, for example, titles that allow you to host your own server would include things like Chivalry Medieval Warfare, or another game I played a while back, which was an indie game called, what was it called? Windward, which was kind of like a, sort of like a ship game. You go around with your ship, and you blow shit up, and you do missions and things. And it's a simpler game, but, you could run your own server with that, and, there's lots of games that you can run your own server with. You can run your own Minecraft server. You can run your own, all kinds of things, right? And then, even if we get into games where the server software wasn't, officially distributed, I mean, technically, if I were willing to invest the effort into it, I could probably actually use free software like PvPGN to host my own Battle.net server for my Diablo 1 game. Although, for me, personally, I think the VPN solution is easier. But, yeah.
Well, anyway, it sounds to me like modern game publishers have a very predatory business model. And a lot of people are getting tired of it.
Well, part of the reason why they'd want to force you to use their server is because then they can make you purchase their services and things, and they don't necessarily have to compete with the monetary transactions of a third-party server provider. Right, and they can basically run a for-profit server model system instead of just a for-multiplayer server model system. I guess you could say, if you wanted to phrase it that way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I suppose it's another way for them to make more money, to squeeze more money out of the people that have already bought the license up front, right?
That's right.
Whereas in the old days, they only got their money once. You paid your 40 or 50 or whatever dollars, and you bought the game, and you owned the copy that you bought.
Yep. And that's really the way it should be, and the way it should go back to being. And I mean, if they complain about like the size of dev teams and the amount of technology that needs to be put into games in order to make games these days, well, you don't actually need to make games that way, actually. I mean, some of the games we played on the channel here were not made with that technology, and they're still perfectly good games 20 years later, right? You don't need to be a AAA game with AAA graphics in order to be a good game. You just need to have a good core gameplay loop. And I think that's what I've always thought since like the mid-2000s that that's what developers should be focusing on instead of just pressing graphics all the time. Because graphics might make somebody who doesn't really play games buy games, right? But ultimately, at the end of the day, somebody who plays games, they're going to care and they're going to play that game over and over again because it's fun, right? They're not going to play the game because of the graphics. I mean, you can play something that looks graphically fantastic. Let's say Fallout 4 all modded up looks graphically fantastic, but by the time you've sunk 1,000 or 2,000 hours into that game, you're not playing it for the graphics anymore. You're playing it because it's fun.
Yeah. Well, I've also got a lot more than 2,000 hours into it, too.
Nice birdie. Looking good.
At one time, I used to, like, check in on Steam every now and then, and it keeps track. If Steam is connected,
Yep.
it keeps track of how many hours that you play on some of these games,
Yep.
which I guess is another part of their DRM model, right?
That's right, yep.
But according to their stats, the last time I checked, I was about 14,000 hours playing Fallout 4.
How's that?
You know, since it came out, right?
That was a very hard fairway to hit.
Yeah.
Like, the grass that she's standing on, I'm pretty sure is rough. Alright, there's a little tiny patch of rough. But yeah, and I mean, that's the thing too, right? Like, I go back and I play things like, you know, I haven't uploaded the video for it yet, but I made a video on, say, a game that I own called Battle Cars for the Super Nintendo.
Yep.
Right? And I don't play that game because it has a long gameplay loop or because, or any particular reason, like it looks good or anything like that. I mean, it's made for a Super Nintendo and it's got 16-bit graphics. Yeah, okay, it's mode 7, so it looks kind of nice, but, you know, I play that game because I just like the way it plays.
Yep.
And it's just fun to play.
Well, I think that the Madden football series is a perfect example of
yeah,
that.
like, those games definitely have not aged well graphically. Although they still look decent enough.
Yeah, well, I mean, we play Madden 05, and it looks okay, but you compare it to something like even Madden 12, well, they really put a lot of time and effort into upgrading graphics and presentation and all that kind of stuff, but their gameplay is garbage.
Yeah, Madden 05 plays like an actual football game, and Madden 12, we beat it with one play.
Yeah, Madden 05 at least plays like an arcadey football game, where you actually have to
Call plays?
call a variety of plays, and if you're controlling a player on the field, sometimes
You have to be reasonably competent?
sometimes you can do something that makes a difference,
Yeah.
right? Whereas in Madden 12, basically we were just watching the AI control everything, right?
Well, not on the running game. In the running game, I'd call the dive play, and then I'd just dodge around people.
Yeah. But still, though, I mean, you know, like they obviously had no way to adjust, right? They had no memory.
Yeah.
They didn't remember that you had run that play 30 times in a row
40.
up until the point where you had just called that same play again, right?
Whereas in Madden 05, if you try to run the same play over and over again, I mean, the
Yes.
AI might not be the greatest in that game, but they are good enough to totally stuff you if you try to do that.
Yeah, if you try and run the same play over and over again, sooner or later, they're going to put a defense on the field that's going to shut it down, right?
But honestly, I think it goes even deeper in Madden 12, because they do switch up the plays that they call, but I think that game is so fundamentally broken that they actually don't have a play that they can call to stop it.
Yeah.
That's what I think is the problem
Well,
with
the
that
thing
game.
is, too, though, it took us very little time
One season.
to discover... No, not even that. It took
Yeah.
us very little time to discover that glaring weakness in the game, right? You know, like, what did it take us? About 3 exhibition games?
Yep. And then I stopped throwing passes altogether.
Yeah.
And I only handed the ball off for the rest of the season.
Yeah, and it took me a little longer to figure it out, but I eventually figured out on defense that all you needed to do is call the 4-3 man under 2 defense every single play, because it worked against everything, right?
Yeah. And I mean, like, this is why I've always resented the big... And again, I think it started in the mid-2000s, when the push towards making everything look hyper-realistic and graphically fantastic started.
Yeah.
And it's like, listen, I'm okay with graphics if they look nice. They're kind of like a bonus. But that's the thing, graphics are a bonus. I don't need the graphics to be good for the game to play,
Yeah,
right?
well, it's just like in one of those disastrous NCAA 26, I think it is now, that they've got out, that Ryan Moody was showing.
They can't even
where
kick a field goal.
They can't even kick a field goal. And not only that, but you see this game basically breaking down in the foreground, and in the background you have a dinosaur mascot dancing around, and it even has a fucking tail physics.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous. They've got,
graphically it's super realistic, but it doesn't matter because you can't actually play the game. There's no football in there.
Yeah. And not only that, but even when it doesn't glitch out, it still has the same problems, you know, a lot of them that Madden 05 had, you know, as far as zone defenses go and that
Except
kind of
worse.
thing. Except worse.
Because they've aged those problems in like fine wine.
Yeah. You know, because one of the biggest issues with Madden football is that with zone defenders, they basically created the zone defenses so that the player will go to a center point in the middle of his assigned zone.
Yep.
And he does not react to a player entering his zone or anything like that until the ball's actually thrown, right? And then he just moves toward where the ball is thrown.
Yeah, whereas a zone defender in real life will watch the play and proactively move to defend his zone.
Yeah. And I don't know whether that's just because they're unable to do that kind of programming, or you know,
It wouldn't
it
wouldn't be that dissimilar from man coverage programming, to be honest. Oh,
Yeah.
I think I overhit that.
But oh, look at that!
Oh, damn it!
It hit that little fringe of grass. That's why it didn't go in.
Yeah.
Looking good.
But yeah, I guess I would reject good-looking graphics if I could have a good playing game. And I'll take good-looking graphics if I can also have a good playing game.
Yeah.
But a game that looks gorgeous and plays like crap is not a game worth having.
No. Well, we I think demonstrated that with our Madden 12 playthrough, because I have to say that the one thing that they did do is they made a very nice looking game with lots of different camera shots and amazingly sharp graphics, and the players all looked like the players, and you know, like they had all kinds of you know, presentations and that kind of thing.
Yep.
You know, like including jets flying over the stadium and la-di-da, right?
Well, here's another thing for
Right.
you. We went and played Mule for the C64 on the channel here, and that is not a graphically good-looking or advanced game at all.
No, but it's a hell of a lot of fun.
It's a very fun game. It's a game that is fun even like damn near 40 years after it was made.
Yep.
So, you know, I'd rather play good games than games that look good but play like crap.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, I think that what those guys need to do over there at Madden is they need to go back to what they had
Thank you.
in Madden 05 and then just start refining from there again, and hopefully this time they'll do it better.
Yeah, basically.
Because they had a better game in 2004 than they do now.
Get in.
Yep. And the same is true for a lot of video game series, right? A lot of games, so I guess we're kind of fortunate that with Hot Shots Golf, that at least at this point in history that we're playing through right now, the game had not gone off the rails, but a lot of games, even around this time, for like the PS3, had started to go off the rails and become less good, right?
Good shot.
Well, I know as the years have gone by, I have spent more and more time playing fewer games. I used to play quite a large variety of things. I mean, even on my PS3, which is sitting over there, I have quite a number of games on it.
Well, it also used to be, too, that you could go into a game store and you could pick a random game and buy it, and chances are it would probably be pretty good. Like, yeah, there were some bad games that were released, but more games than not were good.
Nice shot.
right? And more games than not would give you an experience that you might play 2 or 3 times before you stop playing the game, and maybe a few years later you might go back and play again. But that's just not how a lot of things are made these days.
Well, and also I'm very, like I said, I'm very wary of buying something that
Won't be around in a few years.
it won't be around in a few years. I won't be able to play it anymore. And, or the publisher can just force some kind of a change to it
Could be a birdie. Carefully does it.
anytime they want, right? And it may not necessarily be a change that I want.
Yep.
It's a birdie.
Well, well.
Well, I suppose say what you will about the Cyberpunk old version versus the Cyberpunk new version, at least they let you download the old version. Right? That would be an example of that. And that's actually an argument against giving publishers control too, because, Cyberpunk actually gave the control to the player. What version of the Cyberpunk do you want to play, right? Do you want to play the old version or the new version?
Yeah.
You want to play the old version? Download the old version and install it.
I'm on the green.
Well, I know that I must have the old version because I can play Cyberpunk even if I'm not connected to the internet.
Oh,
right?
it's not that, because the GOG version is DRM free, but like the old version being the one where armor and equipment functioned in a typical...
okay, yep.
Yeah, whereas the new version, it's mostly cosmetic.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, that did happen. I ended up
Yes.
getting that one from GOG.
Yeah, and you can actually download the version that they had prior to that update and still play it if you don't like the new version. So...
Well, it just seemed to me like they did a whole lot of extra work for nothing, because what they did in place of the outfit armor thing is they gave you the option to buy all sorts of subdermal armors and that kind of thing.
Yep.
So that your armor is basically the same regardless of what outfit you're wearing. Which would have been is okay, but why did they bother going to the point where you could have the closet where you could arrange to have one type of armor look like a different type if you liked the way the other type looked, kind of thing, right? Like they went and they did a lot of stuff to help players with customization, and then they made it in the next version of the game, they made it obsolete, right?
Fair enough.
Don't know about this.
And I haven't really played the game very much since the last update came out, but I found that in the first version of the game, I pretty much had it figured out how all the different perk systems worked and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And now I have to relearn everything all over again.
It's a birdie.
Or you could re-download the old version,
Yeah,
which
I
at
guess.
least they let you do, right? That's what a publisher should do. That's what a developer should do, right?
One,
Yeah.
two,
I don't know if it's the publisher. I guess it would be the publisher's purview on that, but that's what a publisher should do, right? Is they should let you download the old version if they're going to make a major change like that, especially to a single-player experience. And you should be able to download the old version and play it and have fun with it, and you still can. And that's why, regardless of what you think of Cyberpunk or CD Projekt Red or anything else, that particular decision, at least allowing you to still play the old version, that's a good decision.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's another reason to wait a year or two after a game comes out before you purchase it, too. Because, apparently when Cyberpunk first came out, it was a buggy mess. And, you know what? I didn't buy it right away. I think it had been out for over a year before I got it.
Yep.
And by then, they'd fixed all the problems, right? Or most of them, at least.
Yep.
Like...
Of course, that's also an argument of developers should maybe have their games in development for an extra year as well.
Yeah.
Right, that's also been a trend for a long time in the gaming industry, is to push games out the door as fast as possible and then issue multiple patches to basically complete the game.
Or you end up with shovelware like what Madden is like.
Yeah, or you end up with shovelware like Madden. But most games, they more have a thing where the first people who buy the game, like the people who initially buy the game, are basically functioning as beta testers for the game.
Yeah.
And so then they issue like 14 patches in the first year. And then the game functions the way it should have functioned on initial release.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and personally, I just don't need that kind of aggravation in my life.
Nobody does.
Please stop.
But yeah, they should just go and put in the extra effort. It would almost be better if we didn't do patches and we just expected developers to put in the extra dev time. Because back in the old days, before games were internet-based patching, they all had to put in that extra effort.
Yeah, very seldom did you ever have a game that would have any kind of bug or crash in it.
That's right. Like if you had to patch your Super Nintendo game, do you know what that meant? That meant that you had to release a brand new cartridge.
Yeah.
In order to patch your game, and then maybe operate a mail-in service so that people who wanted to update their cartridge could. Right? And that would be all cost based on you. So developers either released extremely buggy games, or they made damn well sure that they got it right the first time.
Yeah. Well, and some of the games too, especially the more complex ones, like the original Dragon's Dogma that I have on PS3. I mean, that didn't have a lot of bugs or glitches in it either, right?
Yeah, it was a very well-made game.
Yeah.
Stop!
I'm on the green.
About this green. Great.
I don't know about the new one. I haven't even had a look at it really.
Neither have I, actually. Aww, we missed.
Well,
Nice. Do it.
look before you shoot.
Nice par.
Splendid, though.
So are you starting to play 18-hole tournaments now, or what?
No, we haven't got there yet, sadly.
Oh, okay. So this
I
is
wish.
this is just a whole shuffle thing again, then.
Yeah,
Huh?
it's just another whole shuffle thing.
We've been busy talking here and not really paying attention.
I can kind of play golf, at least on these
Yeah,
easier courses,
you've
with
been
my...
just going through an autopilot,
Yeah,
kind of,
pretty
right?
much.
Yeah.
Birdie.
I autopilot -9, -8, right?
Oh well. Anyway, that's how I feel about it. I think that
I'll take that.
you know, like there should be some kind of consumer protection legislation put in place that stops game publishers from being able to get away with this kind of crap.
I agree.
And that's what Stop Killing Games is working on, I guess, in Europe.
Yep.
And if they're successful, you never know. Maybe something like that will follow here.
I hope so, but I do have some doubts. So,
Oh, you landed on the cart path there.
I'm not happy about this position, though.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
We can't actually do anything with this. And it's because she pushed that drive a little bit over to the right. How far does that branch extend out? I can hit a pitching wedge here, probably. I might be able to hit a 9-iron. No, I'll hit a pitching wedge. Yeah, I'll hit a 9-iron.
Nice shot.
Yeah, you did okay there.
Oop, I hit that one too hard by accident.
Shot.
Oh well, the rain at least will stop you from rolling it off the back.
Could be a birdie. Slopes up.
I hit that too hard.
Ooh, you slammed it in.
Yeah, well, it's raining, right? So I wanted to hit it a little bit extra hard, but I hit it a little harder than I'd intended.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Well, yes. And so we play old games as well as new, but we play old games because they're good, and then we play new games because they're good. And in the games we don't play, we either don't like them or they suck.
Or we don't like them because they suck.
You've won an item.
Yeah, or that.
Although I have to say we haven't really played a new game on this channel, right?
Well, when we first started playing some of these games, I guess they were new, right? Because we started the channel how many years ago now?
This is our third year, I think.
This is our third year? I thought maybe it was our
Yeah.
fourth year.
No,
but,
I think this is our third year.
Fair enough, fair enough.
And basically we started off with Madden 05 and Fallout 4 and
I guess Fallout 4 wasn't totally a dinosaur by that time. They just
No,
finished
but
up
it was
releasing the HD update.
yeah, but it still is like an older game even back when we first started. It was still 6 or 7 years old, right?
Well, in a way, we're kind of representative, I guess, of the average gamer. I remember reading a statistic somewhere that the average person plays games that are about 10 years old. So,
Yeah.
the average person playing games is playing games that are on average 10 years old.
Yeah, well, I don't have any new games right now,
Yeah, well, there you go.
right? I don't have anything new. Because Cyberpunk would be about the newest game that I've got,
Yep.
and I've had that one for a couple of years now.
Yeah, I think that came out around, I can't remember, around 2019, 2020?
Yeah, something like that.
So, I don't know. But I suppose it is what it is.
Yep.
Anyways, I suppose this is going to be a golf episode, so until next time.
I'm Sandman99.
And I'm RecV5. Have a good one.